Welcome to another point 5 session of Philly by Night. This is going to be our fourth point 5 session of Season 3. Tonight finds us only a week or so after the superb Owl mission. We are joining our local Cadiff/Tremere soft boy, Hawk. Hawk, as the sun sinks below the Philadelphia skyline and you feel your beast signal that the sun has gone down, night has once again descended on the city of brotherly love. And as you rouse yourself from day sleep, you feel the hunger begin to claw at the back of your throat. Before you are even able to affect the blush of life, as you open your eyes, standing at the foot of your bed, is a mountain of a man, immaculately dressed, suit crisp, hazel eyes boring into you, disapproval evident on his face. How will you prove to them you are nothing more than a failure?
It looks like John, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Might as well be John standing at the foot of your bed.
Bold words for a man that's asleep.
Because you failed me. And you will fail them like you failed me. And with that, the vision evaporates. Nothing more than dust and shadow. As Hawk calls on the blush of life and tries to shake off what the beast has shown him, he feels the hunger rise ever further. The voice of Jacob screaming in the back of your mind for blood, for satisfaction, for perfection. You are able to contact city services, and within a few minutes, a cooler is dropped off outside of your haven. As you retrieve the cooler and bring it in, your hands tremble. Your vision tunnels. You feel yourself on the verge of a frenzy, holding these blood bags in your hands, knowing that sustenance is so close. You tremble. Because there is still part of you that knows what you are doing is wrong. That this existence is unnatural. But it is still existence. And as such, you tear into one of the blood bags. The second a drop of the cold, partially coagulated blood hits your tongue, you feel the frenzy take over. By the time you gain your senses, one of the blood bags has made it down your throat. The other has made it all over the floor of your bathroom.
Damn it.
It is not a difficult thing to clean up. It is just it is an inconvenience at best. Now, you could very easily slurp it all up into a blood ball and attempt to eat it again.
No.
But that night in the cemetery is immediately conjured to mind. And instead, you clean it up the old-fashioned way. And it doesn't take much. After all, the cleanup coterie has taught you a few tips and tricks, like they do with many of the kindred in the city. They show you some of the best ways to clean up blood so that it does not leave a trace. And all without using powers. So, after you get that cleaned up, you call on the two members of your herd, which technically are not members of your herd. They are blood bags in storage, managed by a trusted associate. And these blood bags are brought to you. You are able to eat them. You are able to make yourself down to hunger one. When your phone buzzes, it is a familiar number. Cyrene has reached out to inform you that there is a meeting tonight. And that perhaps maybe stopping by her office first would do you some good.
Sounds good. He'll just shoot back a quick K, and he'll get dressed, shake off the morning jitters that he's come to get used to, put on clothes that cover up most of his skin, and he'll head over to Cyrene's office.
Okay. So, Cyrene, you have been very busy these last few nights. After all, your sire is in town. Has brought Pontifex DuPont with him.
Yeah.
There have been many questions asked, many questions answered. And now, you are sitting there looking over the most recent communication from your sire.
Yeah.
Your prince has seen fit to name you Primogen. Your lord, however, on behalf of the Pontifex, has elevated you to Magister and has informed you that he will be staying in town to oversee the chantry until your regent can be found. Of course, there is the other possibility. If that's not to your liking, he can always name you regent of the chantry. What's another hat, right?
What indeed is another hat? She thinks as she stares at the paperwork, because she knew that our former regent, Islington, was alive, and then conveniently, once that was dispersed, both he and his child have disappeared from the city. How bizarre.
It's honestly, can you blame him?
There is a part of her, while there is some annoyance, there is a part of her that if she had her Belle, Harry baby.
Harry baby.
You know what's the nice thing about green screens, at least, is we just get the tail.
Running
But
food. Get your furry fucking face off my food. Thank you.
as I was saying, Cyrene cannot blame him at all. If she had a childer, she would have left, but their duty and their promises to a city with as much magic as this one has, there might be some consequences of breaking those promises.
Yeah. Yeah. So as you're thinking through that, there is a knock on your office door. Because Hawk, you would have made it there. You know where the office is. It's in Elysium. And I will leave it to the two of you for the time being.
Evening.
Evening. She's
So,
kind of
yeah?
no, she's just kind of tilting their head at Hawk, and will flip the paper upside down and put it on the stack of ever-growing reports.
Either my congratulations or my condolences are in order. You get to pick which one.
In this case, I think it'd be a porque no los dos situation.
Got it. So, how do you want me to explain our regent? Because you know I will not mince my words when it comes to him.
I've never known you to mince your words at all, Hawk.
Exactly.
Which you might want to do, considering we are meeting with the Lord.
I will keep my manners, but if I'm to be asked what I thought of him and our current predicament, I will say it as it is. He abandoned us when we needed it the most, and then when it was found out that he was survived, instead of returning back to give up his duties properly, he decided to go AWOL with his child without due process.
That's not an incorrect statement, especially given the reports of his childer's actions. Well, that whole coterie's actions, but considering Alicia, in her infinite mercy and grace, has disbanded them to better supervision, well, that's one problem solved.
True, but I do want to know, because you have known the Regent longer, so you might have a better understanding on his temperament, if I should not sugarcoat, but not expose my true feelings about the situation.
Cyrene, it would occur to you that while Islington has kind of vanished,
Mm-hmm.
he has while he may not have left any instructions for you or Zero or Hawk, he likely would have reached out to someone higher up.
If Islington is good at one thing, it's making sure the paperwork's filed with everybody it needs to be filed with, but not telling everybody who's that paperwork's going to affect.
Then let's hope. Go ahead, sorry.
No, so he likely at least told the prince and the lord of his departure with our cousin, but, well.
Let's hope that paperwork got into the right hands.
Now, you're facing a choice, Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wish to face the Lord alone?
Hell no. No.
Okay.
Unless it was specifically requested that I face him alone, you bet your ass I'm going to be gently dragging Cyrene along.
Okay. Do with that information what you like.
Has he requested an audience with either one of us? Well,
I've already talked with him and the Pontifex, and, well, she gestures to the stack of reports. Our prince, in all of her infinite mercy and grace, has decided to reward my competence with more paperwork. As Primogen.
Got it. So do you have time to join me, or will you be busy with your Sisyphus Mountain and penwork?
Well, that's the thing about Sisyphusian mountains, as she goes and puts on a trench coat and whistles for Arwen to pat up to her. They're always going to be there tomorrow.
That's what I suspected. All right, shall we take your car or mine?
We can have Cass drive us.
Sure.
So, the two of you head down to the parking garage. On your way through, Cyrene, you would know that Cass usually hangs out in one of the employee lounge areas, kind of the behind-the-scenes part of the museum. So you'll collect Cass and head on out to the parking garage using one of the city-provided vehicles, because when you have Sexton money, there is no need for, figuring out whose car, what, where. You could just take one from the fleet.
Mm-hmm. She will happily slide into the back, and as they're driving, look over at Hawk. So that thing y'all did during Super Bowl.
Yes. Did the reports go through correctly?
Oh, they did. Made for some interesting bedtime reading.
Gotcha. Is there anything that I need to be worried about?
I mean, other than the fact it seems like the Toreador Primogen was dominated to destroy the kindred of Philadelphia.
Or that we killed a possibly allied guru with the people we have a non-aggression treaty with right now.
Do we still have
The Garu have been quiet since the Superb Owl.
Oh, good.
So does not seem to be an issue, but it is still.
Yeah.
We're only about a week or so out from the Superb Owl. Like, this is still a new thing that has happened.
Cyrene will kind of gesture to the window as they're driving past the city. The fact that it's been over almost 2 years since we dealt with Burke and her ilk, and we're still uncovering the booby traps they left. Have
Hawk,
a bad feeling.
Yes.
Can you please give me Resolve and awareness, please.
Yeah.
It is a sliding scale, so like...
Do I add my aspects to it or not?
Do you have Sense the Unseen up? Oh, you don't have Sense the Unseen. You have heightened senses.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to have your heightened senses up, tell me which sense you want to heighten.
We're in a car. So I would say
Mhm.
probably ears is not a good one because it'll just be
Probably not.
all those cars. So I'll say sight
Okay.
unless suddenly taste comes into play here. So yeah, I'll do that. So that's, hey, that doubles my dice pool when I add my aspects. So let's go.
Yeah.
One, two, three, four. 4 success.
Okay. Hawk, you have been noticing since the King's Guard's mission, their final mission, before Prince Alicia disbanded the coterie, before Finnegan went off to be an emissary to the Garou, before Luke faded into the shadows to run his school, before Dante just kind of evaporated into the night. All of them seemingly either getting new assignments or just leaving. You would remember that the city started looking odd, more oppressive, more decayed. And that is now far more prevalent than it was before. The buildings seem to almost hang over you, creating this claustrophobic, oppressive environment of rot and decay. The Kine have not been doing very well. Between upticks in violence and other unseemly events, it seems like the city is teetering on the precipice of sheer and complete madness. But it is still just another night in the city of brotherly love. And Cass pulls up in front of the Van Pelt Dietrich Library Center for the Library of the University of Pennsylvania at 3420 Walnut Street in downtown Philadelphia. She parks the car, and you hear the doors unlock. It's all over but the crying. Cass will turn around and look at Cyrene. Should I wait here?
Yeah, there should be a little area you can park.
She'll point to the meter just off of the front end of the vehicle.
Cass, if you want, there's a coffee shop just around the block. Usually open all night.
And she'll hop out of the vehicle. She'll pay for parking and leave you two free to head into the library center. It is not difficult to find the office that the Lord has kind of commandeered for his own. The sign on the door says Curator of Exotic Collections. Who's going to knock on the door?
I will, since it is the meeting, since he requested me for the meeting.
As you knock, you hear a soft masculine voice from the other side, the faintest hint of a continental Spanish accent. Enter.
He opens the door and lets Cyrene go in first, and we'll follow behind.
Hawk, as you enter behind Cyrene, you can immediately tell that they come by it honestly. Stacks of papers line the perimeter of the Lord's desk. Various clearly handwritten notes, some of them completely unintelligible, clearly some kind of cipher. And he looks up at the two of you. Cyrene? And Mr. Castillo, I assume.
That would be correct, Lord. And he holds a hand to shake. Doing all
The man does not shake, but he does offer a polite bow.
Yep.
You'll excuse me, I am unaccustomed to unprompted physical contact.
Understandable, no worries.
Please, take a seat.
He'll close the door and we'll take a seat where he was gesturing to.
And he'll steeple his fingertips, and he'll look at Hawk. The look is appraising. It is not cruel. It is not... There is not a negative connotation to this look that he gives you. It is more just he is sizing you up. So, please help me understand what it is that has happened in this city.
Unfortunately, I must answer that question with another question, my lord, which is, where exactly would you like me to begin?
It would seem we are playing question for question now. How long have you been in this city?
I would say a little bit under a year, give or take. 10 months, I suppose.
Good.
Looks directly at God. 10 months.
There and abouts.
Okay.
He will kind of fold his fingers together. So now instead of steepling, he has his hands kind of wrapped around each other. Then, please, only what you can speak of firsthand. And he picks up what looks to be a small dossier, manila folder. He opens it up, flips through a couple of pages. This chantry has experienced some difficulties since your arrival. Yes?
He'll pull out his notebook and start going through the pages, giving a nod. It seemed that it was experiencing problems before my arrival as well, but since my arrival, the problems did not stop.
We are aware of the actions of former Regent Lynch. But, and he'll look over to Cyrene, I have it on good authority that those problems have been dealt with.
That is my understanding as well. For the most part, yes.
This is good.
Yes, sir.
I ceased receiving communications from your regent in August. It is now February. So a question I will first pose to you, and then to your magister. Where is Jonathan Stanley Islington?
Currently, I would not know, sir. I do know that when his last interaction with and conversation he had with you, as well as the Pontifex, he then presently, without warning, went off grid. To which I was to be assured that he does this at a time, sometimes, and that he would come back. That was until the Chantry blew up not long after, in which case all received confirmation of his continued. Oh my God, what's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Conversation.
Existence?
Nope. 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 Nope.
Oh, okay.
Communication. There we go. Receive continued communication from him, save myself. In which case, he had gone to his child, and a conversation was had about trust. I'm not entirely sure what went on there. And then continued silence. I was not aware that he was still alive until I received word from the Magister about a month or so later. And then afterwards, it seemed to be silent until we were told that he might have possibly met his final death due to a sunbomb, which turned out not to be the case. And then he took his child and absconded, and I do not know where to. And that
There we go.
was this is February. End of season 2 was what? September?
August.
Okay.
August, September. Yeah.
And that was in September. I have not heard word from him in the November, December, 5 months since. But he was never one to really reach out to myself. He more reached out to the Magister.
I see. It has been... I know Mr. Islington is a very hands-on individual. So this is not surprising to me. We already know where Mr. Islington is. He is currently on reassignment. I was just curious to see how you would react to my question.
Did I
And
react accordingly?
He makes a note. You reacted. Makes another note. He says, so, tell me about the explosion at the Chantry. I understand, and he flips through some papers. You, Mr. Castillo, were present when this occurred.
Correct. I was busy in the library looking into some information in regards to... Sorry. The university cat is screaming at me.
Library cats be library cattin'.
Yeah, library cats be library cattin'.
What are you going to do?
I was doing research for a coterie assignment when I managed to get caught up in the blast. Luckily, I was able to, for the most part, not end up under the rubble and managed to free myself and get to safety accordingly.
You will hear the Lord for a moment kind of suck his teeth as he looks through the paperwork in the folder. In your time here in Philadelphia, would you say that your Magister has been dutiful and attentive to their duties?
Clarifier. Magister, as in the one that's in the room with us?
He's
Cyrene, or Magister
talking about, he's talking about Cyrene.
Gotcha. When it comes to what the duties of a Magister should be doing, a Cyrene has a lot of hats that are being put on them at any given time. And so there comes points in which a certain duty or obligation might be not necessarily dropped, but neglected for a moment in time. But that is no fault of her own, for, again, she wears many hats, and people do not know how to redelegate. So she ends up wearing too many.
There is no reaction from the Lord as he scribbles another line. It says here in the records that you are a Tremere in good standing, tested by the Regent himself.
Correct.
How have your studies in the Chantry been going? After all, academic greatness is not something one achieves, but one strives for.
Currently, I've been doing more research and learning more about the art of self-defense, as well as learning more about different cults and gatherings of our culture. Doing all that I can to gain as much information to be an asset to the city rather than a nuisance. I also did a deep dive into a hunter cell that we had dealt with earlier in August, and that information proved to be good to taking down the cell.
Yes, I've read the reports. It is why we have removed the former Chantry Ghoul from the city and have reassigned him elsewhere. Thankfully, it does not seem as though he was responsible for the unfortunate actions at the Chantry, which is good for him. Ghouls can be hard to come by these nights, and I would have hated to permanently release him from service.
He is a good man, and he has provided invaluable help to all of us here, and I hope him and I wish him the best in wherever he may be reallocated to.
Not far, he may even return someday. But for now, we have things that we need to shore up. You two are going to be the only Tremere of this Chantry for the time being, until more of our family can trickle in to war-torn Philadelphia. So it is going to be a task that I place upon both of you. And he leans in, and his voice lowers, almost conspiratorially. I have word that there are agents of the Presidium in the city. And he looks over to Cyrene. Cyrene, you would know that your sire is no fan of the Presidium. He understands from an academic standpoint why they exist, why that particular group was formed. He does not agree with their existence. He does not like their existence, but from an academic standpoint, he understands their existence. After all, before we were what we are, we were still just human. And no matter how the chase for perfection takes us through these nights, men are still flawed. They are still susceptible to the same biases and shortcomings that we had when we were mortal. Because the blood does not make good great. The blood makes bad worse. I wish for both of you to keep your ears to the ground and feed any information you have back to me.
Do we know of the names of these individuals who are with the Presidium?
There is one member that I am aware of for certain. He goes by the name of Langston Summersisle.
Stupid name. All right. I'll keep
And
my
he'll
eye to the
he'll give
ground.
you an almost critical look at that mumbling.
Yeah, Cyrene just sitting in the back of her head like, you introduced yourself as Zero when we first met. You ain't got room to mumble.
All right.
If there is any help that I can provide, I will. But as acting regent, my hands will be tied in certain circumstances.
Do we know, do they have a list of specifically why they're here, or just because they've heard talk in the city about what's been going on?
Let's see. And he flips open another page of the dossier. We have the unauthorized creation of gargoyles. We have the unauthorized education of blood sorcery. We have a cabal of Tremere and Ventru who attempted to create a revenant family.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to go on?
No, just wondering if it was any of the more recent, or if it was more to do with the past regime.
Based on what we have learned, everything that happened under the late Prince Burke, everything that happened under the late Prince Sexton, and everything that happened under the current Prince Sexton is under review.
Understood.
I cannot begin to explain how delicate our position here is. While I understand the two of you have a rapport due to the non-standard relationship between the current prince and the previous prince, the praxis is still new. We are small in number, and we are facing a great deal of complications. Having one of us in the court is good, but perhaps having both of our members ingratiated to the court would be better.
Understood. I shall do what I can.
Now, Hawk,
Yeah.
Can you give me... Also, I need you to be so fucking for real with me right now. How many dots of insight do you have? How many?
None.
Dude!
That's what I thought. So go ahead and give me a wits and insight. No, you cannot blood surge.
I was busy gaining muscle. I'm sorry. I wasn't busy looking at people. Okay.
So what you got there, buddy?
I got a single success and a bestial. What do you want me to do with this?
It is not a bestial failure.
Cool. All right. That's why I was making that face. I was like, I don't know if it's a bestial or not. Because it's technically one success.
You know how Islington talked to you. You know how a lot of the other Tremere talked to you. Other than Cyrene. Cyrene is the only other person that has, in this city, that has talked to you like you are nothing more than just another Tremere.
Yeah.
And that seems to be how the Lord is addressing you. There is no snide undercurrent of, well, you're just a caitiff playing at being a Tremere. Like, this man is speaking to you as though you are a blooded member of the clan.
I mean, to Hawk's understanding, this man believes he's a blooded member of the clan, and he has no intention on not making that so.
So, how is Hawk feeling in this moment?
Learning that the Presidium's in town is stressing him out considerably.
As it should.
Yeah. Being told to try and get a position in court, as if that hasn't what he's been trying to do since he's arrived.
He didn't tell you to get a position in the court.
No,
He just
ingratiate yourself, yeah.
Mhm.
Which, like, he's slowly been doing, so, like...
He's getting there. He's been making progress on it.
Yeah, and then... just a little bit of that jealousy. Like, why do you get a cool sire? My sire had to fucking beat me with a rope. Why did you get a cool sire? But like that's
I was dying in an alley in Chicago after a mugging. You really want to do this?
well,
And
mine
more importantly, you have to understand that, like, you have not met this man before.
No.
You don't know if he's a good sire or a bad sire.
That is
he
true.
has been
could be posing.
He has been neutral and non-emotional this entire time.
Exactly. That means he's a good person. He's not actively being mean to me. That's a good man.
Oh, buddy. I'm gonna loan you Psychology 101 for Dummies.
Did you know that they wrote a book about you, Hawk?
Yeah? Is it?
It's the DSM-5.
Yeah, I figured. But yeah, I mean, despite all that, he's, for the most part, since arriving, they've most likely already heard his lack of inflection in his tone and just to the point and facts of it all. So he's just like kind of listening to it, taking it in, taking notes. Like there's those thoughts in the back of his head, but like, what's he supposed to do about it at this current moment? He's getting his instructions. He's getting he's getting what his assignment. So,
yep. So the main assignment is to find out more about what the Presidium wants in this city, and feed that information back to the Lord, who is currently your acting regent. So Regent DeBellis is how we are going to shorthand him for the time being. So Regent DeBellis has given you your marching orders. He looks between the two of you. Is there anything else I can do for you this evening?
He kind of gives a look to Cyrene. Flowers?
Hmm?
Flowers?
I know I gave both you and the Pontifex a lot of information. Did I cover the Mandragora?
Yes, we will be looking into assigning a botanist to Philadelphia.
Understood. Also take it. I'm pretty sure I gave you everything we dealt with the past couple of months, so. Hawk, you got anything else for our temporary regent?
Told him about the flowers. Did you all, Regent? Did you also get the report for the events that occurred during the Super Bowl? I believe is what it was called.
Yes, we have received the reports of the sun bomb.
Yes, it's been and how it's been taken care of, and we're just having to deal with the with all that information and the books that were in that report in regards to the laboratory that we found. They are still down there if you need me to map that out for you.
I will be looking into that personally.
Got it. Yes, I was able to get a unfathomable amount of information, but even from that was only for one rack. There were plenty of bookcases filled, so I was not able to gain the rest of the information with the time that we had.
The man nods, continues scribbling on his notepad. Well, it would seem we are in order for this evening. I am certain your prince will have a new assignment for you sooner rather than later. Speaking of, I will have to away to a meeting with Her Grace soon. And he just kind of...
Oh, sir, before you are to meet with her...
Yes.
He slides over a bag of wasabi peas to ingratiate yourself into her kindness. Her pets like snacks.
And he'll look at the bag of wasabi peas for a moment. Look over at Cyrene with a look of like, is this kid fucking serious?
Cyrene will say, it's also a very good way to pass information without being intercepted, given there are a few of us that have been doing extra patrols to make sure all the hunter mess has been swept up, but better safe than sorry until it's officially declared safe.
Yes,
I
it
see.
sounds ridiculous, but it will help.
And he just scratches another note on his notepad, just kind of goes, I see. Scratches his note and goes, all right. If there's
Yes, sir.
nothing else. So the two of you exit the office.
Mhm.
Hawk, how are you feeling now?
I mean, it's still pretty indifferent kind of feeling at the situation. All right, so we got a new regent. I have a new Primogen. There's only two of us. The Presidium's in town, so that's a problem I'll deal with later. That's a problem that if I worry about right now, I'll send myself into a spiral. So I won't worry about that currently. But otherwise he's just pretty like
Okay.
yeah, he's just yeah.
As you are kind of moving about the chantry, a young woman walks up to you. Very colorful sweater. Hair back with a hair, like a hairband instead of like pulled back in a ponytail. Almost looks like the pattern in the sweater almost looks like a shooting star.
Oh, that's cute.
And she smiles at the two of you. Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm the Chantry Ghoul.
You can just say person in employment here. That's all right.
Assistant.
There you go.
Uh,
Well, welcome in. Where do you
Mr.
help
DeBella.
out? Go ahead.
Yeah, where I'm from isn't important. I mean, it doesn't even exist anymore.
What?
Oh, I've been Mr. DeBellis's assistant for a long time.
Do you mean like Milwaukee doesn't exist anymore, or like?
No, just the town. It stopped being a town. Towns do that.
She's not wrong. Does
Towns
Cyrene
don't do that.
recognize her?
Yeah, towns haven't done that in the past 50 or so years. So
Fennec or Cyrene, you would know that, like, especially in Appalachia, that sometimes towns just stopped being towns. And they continue doing that to this very day. Towns die all the time.
It ain't too uncommon, Hawk. Like, place I'm from barely's hanging on. Ain't even got its original name anymore. Once the coal company's kicked out, well, you drop the jobs, people gonna fuck off to find better ones.
You mean in the mountains?
Yes, in the mountains.
Gotcha.
Coal,
Europeans.
gold, silver, it all goes the same way. Boomtowns come, boomtowns go. But did either of you need me to show you around? I was just going to meet up with Mr. DeBellis real fast.
I mean, I've been here, but I've been in this area when it wasn't what it currently is, but I've only seen it from the student side. So if there's if there's another side to it that I should know about, then I wouldn't mind a tour. What about you, Cyrene?
Miss Lexi, if you could just point me to where my office is gonna be and get out of y'all's hair.
Oh, right. And she reaches into the bag at her hip and rummages around and pulls out 2 key cards. They're like the RFID badges.
Mm-hmm.
This will make sure that you can access the secure wing.
Excellent.
And Mr. DeBellis was very clear. Your office is clearly labeled.
Mr.
as is
Develli.
yours.
Their office is clearly labeled. Does that mean that their plaque is taking up the entire door? Just with titles alone?
Not the entire door.
I will
This
strike
poor
you.
girl looks like a deer caught in the headlights at this point. Like, oh God, I said something wrong, and
No.
I upset
No,
the
you
Tremere.
didn't.
Oh no.
No, Miss Lexi, do not
No, you're
listen to
fine.
my ass hat over here. He's
What?
had
Worse
a night. No, it's okay. Deep breaths in.
You are alright. I'm not angry or upset. That's just my tone, I promise. I'm simply making jest.
Joel, tell him we're fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's just his voice. He's got an asshole voice.
No, Miss Lexi, I appreciate you coming with Mr. DeBellis and getting us all set up. I know it's kind of crazy here. So if you need anything, you come knock on my door, all right?
And she kind of gives a snappy nod. And, well, if you'll excuse me, I should. And she just scuttles into DeBellis's office.
Really?
I was making a joke.
The poor girl was already nervous enough. Spooked her like she about got hit by a Ford 150 if she was a car. Dear, you know what? Just, come on.
I will send her a basket.
I just love how that is the standard apology. I'll send her a basket.
That is not,
Look,
crumpled.
I don't know if she would want to join us for our Doctor Who's watch-alongs. I don't even know what she likes, and I fear that if I were to just walk up and ask her, she might get scared.
Kind of.
Because I know I would have.
Yeah. It's scary coming into a new place.
A new place where you have effectively no rank.
Weird. Can't relate.
Yeah, Sarah's just going to give him an eyebrow as she says that, especially as somebody who's on the very bottom of the totem rug.
Yes, which is why I was trying to reassure her that nothing was wrong. But I will continue to do so. And hopefully...
We gotta work on that etiquette, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sarah's just going to sigh, pinch their nose. All right, come on, let's go find our offices, and maybe Benny's drug herself out enough to, booby trap him with some glitter.
I would prefer than not to be. It's incredibly hard to get rid of it. But who knows? At least she's not like Jerry, where she immediately assumes that we're going to treat her like a stick or whatever.
Well, considering, and this is walking and talking and swiping cards, to get to various spots. Considering the previous branch of the office Jerry came from.
Yeah. But now we get to deal with his supervisors, so yippee.
Given everything that's happened, I'm surprised they came sooner.
I am also surprised that they haven't arrived already,
But here we are. So, Cyrene, Hawk, you would see that there are two offices.
I found some web results. I can show them if you ask
Alexa.
your iPhone.
Oh, I forgot this is what happens when he story tells and I'm in the room and playing Cyrene and it activates the Siri. Sorry, friend.
Nope. It's my fault. I usually tell her to stop listening before I start sessions, and it's since we've had the break, I completely forgot to tell her to stop listening. But my fault, chat. My fault. As you walk down the hallway, you've gone through several sets of doors that need you to badge in. You are in the what is marked as employees only area. But you see two offices across the hall from one another. Both are marked with your mask names. So one office is marked Cyrene with your current mask name.
Yeah, the doctor one, because she got her
And-
doctorate.
Yup. And Hawk, yours is also clearly marked with your mask name.
Is it like a student librarian or something like that on it, or like
It
library
is
assistant?
it is student liaison is the title you have. Whereas the good doctor's office is listed as assistant curator.
Makes sense.
Don't waste much time.
Probably already had it printed before he even arrived.
Knowing him, he's always been pretty good about planning and making sure things be in order before doing something.
He seems like a good man.
He's a thorough man.
Siren will just kind of think for a second. He's not one to waste those with potential.
Got it. The unspoken paragraphs in there speak volumes.
She'll just chuckle.
So, is there anything else, Hawk, you would like to do tonight? Other than kind of like get in your office, get settled in?
I mean, getting settled in, setting up his office, because this is the first time he's like ever had an office. So he's like not entirely sure how you do an office. And then for the order, was like a letter sent, or is that just a thing that's going to happen?
That's just like a thing that's going to happen.
Okay, cool. When he makes sure that Cyrene's not looking, he's gonna go into his phone and just check to see if a certain club is open. No reason.
You are trying to hide this from Cyrene?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a dexterity and stealth.
Can I blood surge?
You can blood surge if you like.
Thanks, because that's a 2 dice pool. I would like a more dice pool, please. Hey, that's a 10, so 4 dice. Yippee! I'm going to use a willpower.
Okay.
Make those 4s to above, 6 or above.
Okay. You believe you are the sneakiest sneak ever to sneak.
I try.
Cyrene,
Yep.
he is not that sneaky.
Aw,
Okay.
man. Okay.
All right.
I'll put the dice pool back down.
All right.
No. I know how many dice you have, and even if you just took half,
Okay.
it's more than enough.
All right. Okay.
Cyrene's just gonna wait for a second and then do one of their new tricks. Like around their wrist is this very little thin wrapped chain with a tiny blade on the end, and just flick it at the phone and pull it back enough to where it taps to get his attention.
Your phone has been tapped.
Second the phone. You know, like that. You know, like in like those like cartoons or like in the TV shows where like they get found out and then like the phone just kind of tumbles and that's essentially what happened.
Cyrene is not big mad, but Cyrene is taking breaths.
What?
There are only 2 of us in this chantry right now
Yeah.
who know each other pretty well and have a vested interest in seeing you succeed. Correct?
Yes.
And you're trying to fucking hide things from me?
All right, because I know you'll be disappointed.
On a scale of congrats, I drank the blood sewage and now threw up everywhere, to the prince is dead, how disappointed am I going to be?
I screwed up.
I would say roughly a checking to see if a certain club is open, to see if maybe a certain whip is around.
Guilty Pleasures is in fact open.
You want to...
Let's go.
Oh my god.
When you open the page,
Yeah.
when you open the page to look and see what their hours are, the homepage is emblazoned with the poem, "The gates of hell are open night and day. Smooth is the path and easy is the way."
I
Sarah's
was just
gonna
looking.
rub her face.
I wasn't planning on going. I was just looking.
You're not planning on going because you got caught.
No, I actually wasn't planning on going because it looks scary. But I just wanted to see.
That's scary. I mean, sure, some of the positions they can put you in a little,
What?
uncomfy, but
Huh?
never mind.
Positions? Okay.
Does Hawk know what kind of club this is?
You don't.
Oh,
Oh, buddy.
No one has ever told him. The only time this club has been mentioned has been when people say, "Oh, I can't wait to bring you here. Oh, you're going to love it when you get here." I never, in any
Oh.
context, has anyone ever described what type of club this was to Hawk.
Well, Cyrene.
Hawk, you know what a lifestyle club is?
No, what's that? Is that like where you do like I mean,
Okay,
there's
how much do you
my
know about
lifestyle and then there's your
BDSM?
lifestyle. What? What'd you say?
BDSM?
Is that an acronym for something?
Okay. You know what? Oh, good. My library seems to have been moved over. Goody. She's just gonna look through the books and find like a couple, introductions to that sort of thing and put them in Hawk's hand. So BDSM is a type of alternative expression of sexual pleasure. It's the easiest way I can put it.
BDSM is sex.
On one of the covers is just a person's arms like tied up behind their back while someone's holding like a paddle.
Oh.
Yep, there are depictions of rope play, impact play. There are. Cyrene is able to give you the rundown of your standard bondage, domination, and yeah.
Here's some literature. Let's never
just-
talk about this again.
He's just making a face of a man who grew up during the Victorian era.
Oh, please. Like, y'all didn't do... You know what? Never mind.
I was 18 when I was turned. I never exactly got the chance to experience sexual freedom.
Though you would have heard of the libertines in France.
He knows the word orgy. Let's go.
All right, Hawk, I'm gonna level with you. Why are you poking into Laurent's business? Keep in mind, I'm one of the few things that's probably keeping you alive at this point.
Just it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just looking into his things because during the
Mm-hmm.
mission during the Super Bowl, he helped us out.
Hmm.
So maybe,
Hawk,
possibly gaining a friendship.
Hawk, give me a composure and resolve. No, you cannot blood surge.
Okay. All right.
Cyrene,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and give me a resolve and insight. Yes, you can use that specialty.
Oh, goody. My emotional state. Yippee.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I get this boom. Hunger dice. And then I get one more extra for free. Wait, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
You have got to be kidding me.
7. No, I get 8. Okay. I did do the math.
I'm rolling willpower. That's one success. I'm using willpower. You've got to be kidding me.
Mm-hmm. More crit
Okay,
fish.
that's better. Not great, but it's better. It's better
Alright,
than
so
one.
1, 2. Alright, 6 successes, no crit.
3 successes.
Cyrene, there is a frothing in your young friend.
He's older than me, but yeah, I get you.
A yearning, if you will.
A pining.
There is a stirring.
Something is rising.
Okay. All right.
But Hawk, please feel free to give anything that I might have missed. As far as what Hawk is trying to
Yeah.
hide.
I mean, Cyrene has probably noticed this since since they started the evening together. His tone has not exactly been the best, but the second we started talking about Laurent, he sounded a lot more like his old self of someone who's just like excitable and just happier, I guess. And with blush of life, there is that bit of pinkness to the cheeks.
I believe the word we used to use back in the day was besotted.
Cyrene's going to take off their glasses and just pinch the bridge of their nose. They don't need the glasses anymore, but it's more of a reflex at this point, and put them back on.
Now, Cyrene, as a member of the court, you have been read into the Laurent situation.
Mm-hmm.
So you are aware of not just who Laurent is, but what he is.
Yeah, and my baby bird is going nowhere near that nest of debauchery. Not until he's capable.
So, are you going to warn Hawk? Or are you going to be a bit more obtuse about it?
He's not getting the full information, obviously. She's gonna sigh. Alright. Hawk, couple things. One, fuck buddies can't get your humanity back. But, we'll go into that another day. 2, you... if you went there now, you wouldn't make it to Laurent. Some dude is just gonna pick you up by the scruff of your neck and you're just gonna be turned out.
Unfortunately, with that way that it was said, his hands do unfortunately unconsciously start rubbing at the scars on his arms.
Okay. Poor choice of words.
No, I get it. I understand.
3, as your Primogen, I could forbid you. You're
could.
going to do it anyways if I do.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be smart about it.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to read up on the whole culture and everything. So you're not making a arse out of yourself and accidentally pissing off the locals in their watering hole. That is a good time for nobody. And then I have to be on the phone with Laurent negotiating. And that's not something I want to do.
I don't intend to just walk on in. I have a feeling that there's a certain dress code.
Oh, there's a tab on the webpage that has FAQ, dress code, like all of that.
Yeah, this is not. I don't intend to just. Oh, I have a night off. Might as well go check it out. This is more of just a. Let me just look.
Okay.
Look at the website.
Fine. If you're going, you're taking somebody with you, like Benny or whoever's going to be in your coterie, because I'm going to be busy with other things.
What about Darlene?
That is more of
Cyrene,
a situation than we have time for right now.
you would be aware because the prince has already informed you that 2 members of the Meals on Wheels coterie just kind of up and vanished like a fart in the night.
I'm going to level with you, Hawk. A lot of people decided to jump ship out of the city. We got the Presidium sniffing around. We got the Banu Hakim doing their own judgments. And we've got, well, you know, the situation with the princess.
Wait, so Darlene's also gone?
It appeared that Miss Lewis, along with Mr. Fry, decided to pull a runner. Together or separately is still being determined at this time. Here is my advice, Hawk. I'm not telling you that you can't rediscover yourself through alternative means. I'd be a hypocrite if I said otherwise. I had a lot of time to myself in Seattle. We'll just leave it at that. But, and she'll kind of raise an eyebrow at him. You don't start to get better until you believe you're worth being better for without somebody there pushing you. You want to make it for yourself. Only way it's going to last.
Yeah. Well, we'll see about all that. Don't you have a buttload of paperwork that you got to get to or something?
I've been under, let's see, 1, 2, 3, about 6 Primogens at this point in my own life. And yeah, they did their paperwork. The ones that actually stuck with me and their advice did were the ones that made sure to make sure I wasn't going off the fucking rails. I didn't have time for both.
Okay. We'll see what my new coterie. See if any of them are interesting.
Well, you should be happy.
Oh?
Yeah. You get to talk a lot.
What do you mean by that?
You'll see. Word of advice, though, for your coterie. You're gonna want to be better about the whole sneaky and awareness thing.
Sneaky and awareness thing?
You can kind of put 2 and 2 together that, like, Cyrene is telling you that there might be some very keen observers in your next coterie.
Gotcha.
Based on the kindred that have been trickling into the city. We don't know the exact composition of the coterie in character just yet.
Yeah.
Only that there are some promising individuals that have made their way to the city. Cyrene knows a little bit better who all's been coming into the city, but like even the prince hasn't finalized decisions
Yeah.
for coteries yet. So like a lot of that is still up in the air.
Sounds good. All right. Well, let's see what happens.
Now, before we close out our scene here, because I feel like this is a good spot to kind of close things out, Hawk, what would you like to do from here? Do you want to leave the Chantry, return to your haven? Do you want to stay within the Chantry and kind of get accustomed to what's here? What is on the docket for Hawk?
I do know that like this is UPenn is where he goes like to school under his mask. So like he knows the area pretty well. Um and at this point he also knows that one of his touchstones has been settled in her dorm for a few months now. Um
Mm-hmm.
and so I think what he's going to do is now that he's here, he is going to just like kind of write a small note and then like go to a late night pizza place, grab a slice, um, then put that note on the pizza box and then leave it at her door before knocking and popping away. And basically the note
Okay.
just says, uh, internship fell through, gonna be working over as a student liaison at the library, so I'll be here more often. Just the kind of like, hey, I'll be here more than I thought I was gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So as we close out our scene, how is Hawk feeling about how the night went?
He's very unemotional would be a wrong word, but like just kind of like this is what it should be like in a Tremere Chantry, where there's orders that are given, there's some operations, there's information that is shared. Like this is the kind of Chantry stuff of the Camarilla that he's used to. So like I wouldn't necessarily say quote unquote relief, but like he's just like, ah, finally we're
Kind of a
this is
return
how
to
it should be.
normalcy.
Yeah, this is finally, I'm after almost a year of non-normalcy, this is finally normal. But there is a lot of concern for the Presidium.
As there should be.
For one reason of it's the Presidium, and two reason, if the Presidium's in town, when's that next message from Jacob coming? Because that's also what he's worried about. He's like, that's also going to be a problem. Because
Yep.
word's also probably gone to Jacob that the Mithraean prince is out of commission, which is kind of sort of what Hawk was sent there to do. And even though Hawk didn't do it, it still got done. And so he's like, I'm waiting for that other shoe to drop, and the Presidium's here, and it's dropping slowly more.
Yep. So this is a good place to end our session. So we're going to go around the table. We're going to start with our player. We're going to introduce ourselves, who we are, where we can be found. So, Mr. Castillo, if you would lead us off.
Hello, my name is Nico. I play the Tremere Hawk Castillo. he will also be referred to as Zero throughout the season, which is kind of what we have now determined to be his kind of beast's name of sorts. Um, and you can find me on TikTok or anywhere that's important enough for me to have a social media at Touch a Goblin. So yeah.
And now moving on to the newest member of our storytelling team.
Hello, hi. If you've been around for a little bit, hi, I'm Fennec Lee Wilder. I used to be on the player end of things playing Cyrene Leclerc, and now congrats. I'm in the storyteller seat. Enjoy your no, I'm kidding. You guys will see my 0.5s here and my own coterie coming out soon, but I am now, and I also run around as various SPCs. As Primogen Cyrene Leclerc being one of them. You can find me at the Fennec Wolf on just about anything. So yeah.
And lastly, but not leastly, I am the lead storyteller here at Philly by Night. Einar, you can find me at Einar_TTRPG. Anywhere I want you to find me, with the exception of Blue Sky. On Blue Sky, you can find me at Instar's Orbit. Thank you all so much for coming out. This was a wonderful 0.5 session. And remember, folks, just because we play monsters doesn't mean we can't be the light in somebody's world. Have a great night, and thank you so much for watching.